Hey, Grant Cardone, and welcome to the Cardone Zone. Every Monday I come to you to talk about real estate, money, your finances, and how to get yours. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to analyze your first deal. This is for beginners. If you're a beginner in real estate, if you've never done a deal, if you're hearing all these people talk about real estate, inflation possibilities, the destruction of the US dollar, and you're looking for a safe place to put money and trying to figure out how to do your first deal, this is going to be how to analyze a deal. Okay, I'm going to make this as simple as I can. This is for beginners, but I would suggest to you that in real estate, it's really good to stay a beginner. You know, like what are the basic ingredients to find a good deal in a great location that cash flows, that appreciates, that provides me with tax write-offs, that stays full, that doesn't give me headaches, that I can go to sleep at night and say, hey, I don't need to worry about that piece of real estate. And then you can go do your job, whatever your job is. You're a carpenter, plumber, chiropractor, dentist. You're out there freaking doing root canals, or you're digging out sewers, or you're a trash collector, policeman, military, nurse, doctor. You don't have to worry about whether COVID's going to shut your job down or the economy is going to go to hell, because you have a piece of real estate, a rental property. And for many of you out there, they're like, oh, it's over, man. All the properties are overpriced. I can't find a piece of property. I'm going to show you how today how to find a deal and how to analyze that deal to make sure, one, you can get a loan on the deal. Even if you don't have any money and you got bad credit, I'll show you how to do that today in this simple show. Mostly, I'm going to show you how to analyze the deal, because if you analyze the right deal, you will get a loan. And I'm going to show you how to do this with like 3%, like no money. And I'm going to show you how to find a deal. I'm going to randomly pick some cities to show you how to do this deal. Also, before I get into that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Have that little bell turned on, whatever the bell is, hit that. Love your and appreciate your comments every week. You guys bomb me with comments. There's a lot of callers on the show. I'll give you that phone number in a second. And I want to tell you that if you want more information like this, go to grantcardone.com/REI, grantcardone.com/REI. This is a free 3-hour training where I go into detail how to analyze these deals. So let's get busy analyzing a deal, okay? Let's say that we could find a deal. I'm just going to pick a deal for $70,000. If you found a 1-unit deal, it could be 1 unit, by the way. You've heard me talk here about 1 unit, 4 units, 8 units, 16 32s. I'm famous for saying stay with 16 or more, 32's ideal, and even bigger is bigger than that. But for those of you out there that are like, man, look, I don't want to start that big. I can't even think about it, okay? I don't have the money. I don't have the experience. I got to start with baby steps. I'm scared. This is what you would do. You'd find something that's $70,000. You could probably do that deal with 3 to 5% down, which means you need $3,500 max to buy that deal. Who can do that? Anyone can do that. Now, I suggest that you go ahead and find something in your marketplace so you know the city that you're looking at, okay? If you're in Houston, Sacramento, Bakersfield, somewhere outside of Chicago, downtown Chicago, probably don't want to be there because they're killing people. Baltimore, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Atlanta. I'll just pick some random cities today. Nashville, Knoxville, Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, Texas, or in the Galleria area, or you could go out to the Woodlands. You'll find a deal in those marketplaces if you know what to look for. So this is going to be our down payment right here. Anybody can find that money. I did my first deal with $3,500 down. I borrowed the entire $3,500 from my mother. I told my banker, I'm going to borrow the money from my mother. Is that okay? He's like, look, bro, as long as you come with $3,500, he probably didn't say bro, as long as you come with the $3,500 at closing, and you tell me it's your money because your mother gave it to you, it's your money, we're going to count that as your down payment. You would then finance whatever the difference is, $67,000 basically, and you would finance this for 30 years. You'd get a 30-year loan on it. As a homeowner, you buying your first piece of real estate or second piece of real estate or third piece of real estate, you could do this 10 times, by the way. We're then going to show you how to analyze this deal to be sure it's a good deal. Now, I know some of you right now are thinking, there's no way to find a $70,000 deal. There's no way a bank's going to give me a loan with 3% down. And there's no way I know how to do this because I don't know if it's going to make money. That's what I'm going to do in this show today. But first, what I want to do, can you show my computer screen? Because I want to see by the end of this show what people would rather do. I'm going to ask a question on Twitter. Would you rather, can you show this? Would you rather win an iPhone 13? Is that how you say iPhone?
Yes, sir.
How much is the iPhone 13? I don't need to put. Would you rather win a new iPhone 13 or get a $1,000 investment in one of my real estate deals? You know, there's going to actually be people that pick the damn phone. Uh-oh, what just happened to my game, okay? Yeah, hang on, we're going to do this. I want to see. What would you guys rather, by the way? Would you rather, and I'm going to see what they say on Twitter. Let's see how long I keep this open. iPhone, real estate deal. Let's see what people say, okay? Let me know what you would rather. Would you rather the iPhone or would you rather the real estate deal? Would you rather invest in a new iPhone? Post in survey. Okay, let's see what happens, okay? By the end of the show, remind me, Johnny, to go back to that because I want to see how many intelligent people still exist on this planet. You cannot, folks, create wealth buying phones and cars and belts, watches, and shoes. Save that for later, okay? What you should do right now is you should figure out how to invest in the real estate where you live, in the community that you live in. If you live in Houston, Texas, you should start in Houston, Texas. If you live in Atlanta, start in Atlanta. If you live in Charlotte, start in Charlotte. So for those of you who live in those cities and you're like, yeah, but all the good deals are gone, Uncle G, okay? Well, actually, we're going to find some good deals. So the first thing, you got to know what you're looking for, okay? So the first thing we got to do is find a deal. And then I got to know how to know what a good deal is. What is a good deal? I've been buying real estate for 35 years. I have never, ever bought a bad deal, ever. I've made money on every single deal that I've done in 35 years. I can show you the history of every deal I've done. I bought over $3 billion, that's with a B, dollars worth of real estate, $3 billion worth of real estate, and never, ever, up to this point, lost money on a deal. Every one of them cash flowed, except for one. There was one deal that did not cash flow. I made $4 million on that deal. It was in Tucson, Arizona, and it was a terrible neighborhood. I bought the wrong neighborhood, but I did make a score at the end. It broke even, paid the expenses, paid the debt, maybe a tiny little bit of cash flow, almost immeasurable, but then we made some money on the exit. Okay, so I need to know the deal. What am I looking for? What's a good deal? And then how do I get it financed? How do I get it financed? And how do I get cash flow on the deal, okay? So let me just go through, let me find some deals. I'll keep this up here, and then let me find some deals that might make sense here. I'm gonna go to Zillow, okay? Zillow's my friend, and I'm gonna put in Houston Galleria and see what comes up. Houston Galleria, I'm looking for sale. This is a Zillow app. Everybody's got it on their phone, completely free. This is not a special piece of technology. And then I'm gonna start low to high. And all I'm doing right now is disrupting for all of you out there. Say there's no good deals left. Okay, the first deal that comes up right here is a 1,040 square foot townhome. It's unit number 1, so it must be a bunch of townhomes stacked. My sister used to live in townhomes. My sister, by the way, bought a townhome. I think it was 1113 Fountain View 30 years ago, and she paid $60,000. 30 years ago. That thing's worth probably 300 grand today because of its location. Now, I do not know, in all fair disclosure, I do not know the location of this deal, but I'm going to show you how this deal would work. First of all, I would tell you, just looking at this piece of real estate right here, there's tremendous opportunity in that piece of real estate right there. I just know because I know what I would do here. Fresh paint. What would you do, Johnny? That's right.
Some nice bushes.
That's right.
I mean, I fixed the roof.
That's right.
I try to make it pop.
I think the roof's fine. I think these need to be painted. The exterior needs to be painted. That shake, that's cedar shake, by the way. Okay, it gives a cool cottage look. The white brick over there, that's probably the unit next door. Okay, the floors. Go ahead, Johnny.
Maybe white picket on the fence instead of that gel looking.
Yeah, I like that. I like the white picket fence. Okay. The floors here need to be ripped up, no problem. You're going to put down a simulated wood right in here. People are going to love that. You're going to rent this to somebody. You're going to leave the cabinets the way they are. Probably take the front of the boxes off and replace them over at Home Depot for about $400. You're going to pull up this linoleum. You're going to paint those walls. You're going to fix this ceiling right here. You're going to get some lighting in this deal. And this is how the deal would work, okay? This deal is $69,000. Let's say it's $70,000. That's exactly what I said. 3% is a down payment on this. That's $2,100 as a down payment. Who's got $2,100? Everybody's got $2,100. Okay. If you'd quit buying iPhones, you'd have the $2,100. That's going to be your down payment, and you're going to finance $70,000 less $2,100 equals $67,900. That's going to be your debt. Okay, $69,700. I'm going to go into my little mortgage calculator in here. Let's see if I got it open. Mortgage calculator, where is it? 69,700 times 0.0055 equals, $383 a month. That's going to be your payment. But let me see what my mortgage calculator says. Do I have one open? There you go. Mortgage calculator. $69,700. Is that what I'm doing? $67,900. If you guys enjoyed this show, if you like this, the payments are $308. I said they were $383. I'd rather be high, by the way. This says an interest rate of 3.57. I'm going to take that down to 3.25. I think I can get a loan for 3.25 right now. That takes the payments down to $300, okay? But you still have property taxes and you got insurance. So I'm going to basically have a payment of $300 a month here. $300 to $400 a month, okay? Let's just go ahead and use the $400 because I got property taxes. I probably got some HOA fees on this deal. Let's just go back and look. I'll bet you I got $250 worth of HOA fees on this property. Let's just find out. 20 days on the market, 1,900 views. $228 in monthly HOA fees, okay? So now I got $228 in monthly HOA fees. So now my payments, and let's go ahead and add another $100 for insurance. They're going to want that on your first deal. And so I have property taxes. I think that'll be included in my mortgage payment. Maybe not. Let's go ahead and add 2% of 6,000, 2%, 0.02 times $70,000. I'm going to figure that. That's $100 a month, another $100 a month for property taxes. So I got $300, $528, $628, $728. That's the payment every month, okay? Now, what do I need to figure out? I need to figure out, can I rent this place? Can I even rent it? And what would it be worth to rent a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,000 square feet in Houston, Texas? Let me see the neighborhood here. Doesn't matter that it was built in 1965. The phone number here, by the way, is 305-865-8668. Let's see where this thing is located. There's the map. Let me see where this is. Fondren and Gilton and Gulfton. Let me see this address. I'm doing this in real time, so apologize for the what is it? The reality of the situation takes a minute sometimes. Okay, here's my location in Houston. I actually know Houston fairly well because we got about 1,200 units there now. So Sharpstown, Chinatown, West Park. I don't really know this market right here, this part of the market. Oh, this is West Houston, just outside of Bel Air. Great neighborhood? No. Will somebody pay $1,200 a month? Maybe. Would they pay $1,000? Who thinks they pay $1,000 for this place? 1,000%. Okay, so watch what I got now. I got a place that I'm gonna earn $1,000 a month times 12, $12,000. Okay, now there's a thing called the gross rent multiplier. If you divide 12,000 divided by the 70,000 I paid for the property, that is what's called a 17x gross rent multiplier. The higher that rent multiplier is, some would say the better the deal. There's also a thing called the 1% rule. The 1% rule says if you pay of the purchase price, the rent, okay, if the rent is $1,000, I could pay $100,000 for the property to give me the 1% rule. In this case, I'm getting $1,000 for the rent and I'm only paying $70,000. Watch, 1,000 divided by 70,000 is a 1.4. A 1.4, which is 140%. Okay, it's a 1% rule or a 1.4% rule, which means I'm 40% better than the rule. And I've always said, if you can find something that still adheres to the 1% rule, then you should buy the whole neighborhood. So you could literally figure out how could I literally 10x my portfolio and start with this deal. So watch what happens here. $12,000 a year. What am I paying? I'm paying $728 a month. $728 a month times 12. All I got to do is find one renter. 12,000 less 8,763. That's the note. That's the property taxes. That's the HOA fees. And I'm making $3,237 per year. What did I put down? Let me see, what was my down payment? I forget now. I think it was $2,100. I get my down payment back in year one, plus divided by 3,700. Yeah, that's basically 150% return on my money in year one. Next year, I'm going to have my down payment back that I put down, and I'm earning $3,200 a year, $300 a month. And all I did was put $2,100 down. So maybe you could borrow the $2,100 from your mama. Say, Mama, I have your money back in 1 year. Pay your mama the money back in 1 year out of the real estate, and then every year after that, you own this. If I could figure out how to do this 10 times, I would be earning $3,000 a month, not $300 a month. And if you could wait 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and keep waiting for that portfolio to go, you would now you'd be earning $3,000, $36,000 a year. I'm taking this out 10x. You would own $700,000 worth of real estate if you could put 10 of these together. And you're on your way to being a millionaire, okay? Now, I showed you how to start with $2,100, and I showed you how to do this in Houston, Texas. Let me pick another random city, okay? Let me go with Atlanta. I'm going to go Atlanta, and let's see what I come up with. 305-865-8668 if the phones aren't full, okay? We're talking about how to analyze a deal. Does it work? Okay, again, I'm at one disadvantage right here. I do not know the location of the market. Some markets are not worth $59,000, by the way. But at some point, they're worth something. Because there is a shortage of affordable homes in America today. If you guys are hearing people like blacks, all the big institutions today, trillion-dollar institutions are gobbling up homes that people used to buy. Now they're buying them up and they're renting them to other people. You guys got to get involved in this game. This is a way to protect yourself against inflation, get passive income, and start getting the benefits of appreciation over long periods of time. So here's a place in Atlanta, townhouse for sale on Fairburn Road. I don't know where that is. Might be worth getting on a plane and going over there, though. Okay, here's a place for $64,000. For those of you out there like, oh man, I can't find any for 60 grand. I just found 2 of them. Here's one for $82,000. Personally, I like this one right here. I don't know, I like that baby blue. Johnny, what do you think?
I love it.
It gives me some sense. I would paint this light blue, by the way. Keep those red panels up there. The glass is fine. On that last deal that we showed you in Houston, you do need to spend some money on that deal. But some of that could be Home Depot stuff. Some of that could be you going to Home Depot and fixing some stuff yourself. Man, I don't mind doing a little work myself. Maybe you and the spouse and the kids get out there and paint the place. Maybe you plant some shrubs, man. So what if you spend $2,000 planting, landscaping, and another $2,000 or $3,000 in that little house? And maybe the rents aren't $1,000, by the way. What if those rents on that last deal, what if those rents aren't $1,000? What if those rents are actually, did I use $1,000, Johnny? Yeah. What if those rents on that deal What if I make that place really cute and I get $1,400 a month and my payment's $750 or whatever it was? That's $650 a month times 12. That's $8,000 a year in free cash flow because I went and spent some money on the property. Let me just see what it would have cost me on that, and then I'll go back to Atlanta. Okay, I need new floors. Okay, that's $1,200. I need new cabinet doors. That's $400. Keep track of this. $1,200, $400. You know, I'm probably going to take out this old white sink. It looks terrible. I'm gonna put some more paint on the walls right there. I'm going to use the same floor in the bathroom that I used in the other room. What is this room, man? Oh man, this room's nasty. Wow, is that a basement? What is this? Is this a bedroom? No, that's a garage. That's got to be a garage, right? Damn, I got 2-car garage. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is put a bunch of baseboard right there, plywood, not plywood, what's it called, the white stuff? Sheetrock. I'm gonna sheetrock these walls. Man, what is that gonna cost me? $400 maybe? Right? I'm gonna spray the ceiling here so it's gonna disappear. Got a nice little tree right there. I don't need to do anything to the backyard. Maybe put a trampoline up there in the back. Oh, I got a trampoline. Let me see here. And let's see what else we got to do. Oh yeah, I got to paint the exterior. I don't need to fix those windows. I need to put some landscaping in front. Just like Johnny said, I need some shrubs. I need to paint the fence white. So what am I going to spend here? $2,000?
Well, without the exterior, you got 2,000.
Yeah, so man, the roof's fine. And I'm off to the races. If I can make it cute enough to where I could rent it for $1,400, folks, notice now my deal is making me $700 a month, $8,000 a year. It's making me $8,000 a year, and I only put $2,100 down. You know what that is? That is 4x on my money, without me being in the stock market or without my money sitting in some bank dying. So for all of you out there, like, how do I get started in real estate? You get started in real estate by investing in a deal and deciding that iPhones aren't as important to you. Let me see how my poll's going. iPhones aren't as important to you as buying real estate. 665 people have voted on this. 89% have said that they would rather a real estate deal than an iPhone. Maybe I should do that sometime, Johnny. Start giving away real estate investments. That'd be cool. You want one, Johnny?
I do.
Okay, unpinned from your profile, okay? So we'll see how many people vote on that. All right, okay, so let's find another deal. Let's go back to Atlanta. We probably got some callers, right, Johnny?
We are stacked.
Stacked and back. Okay, here's the deal. There's a price cut on this deal, $3,000, so they're not getting the action they want. Unit number 38, it's a townhome. It's for sale. It's been on the market 27 days and they've already cut the price. What is the hurry? 3,600 views. There's some people looking at this thing. Beautifully renovated, member-owned cooperative, no rentals. Oh, you can't rent this. Is that what it's saying?
It's legal.
So, you know what we should do?
We should buy the other one.
We should move on to the other red spots on the map. There's a few of them. For all you guys out there that have quit, man, in your minds, you're like, how am I going to do this? All the good stuff's gone. Folks, look at this. For all of you that keep hearing, there's no property to buy. Everything's overpriced. Well, what about all this stuff? I mean, if you're going to quit before you start, the most important thing is to start and know you can find a deal. Okay? So 1 minute ago, a property was put on the market $55,000. Your parents paid $55,000 for the house you live in right now. The house you wanted to get out of so bad. Where is this? Oh, that's the only picture they got. Okay? So let me find something where we can all get all juicy about. 84,000, 100,000. See, that's a cute little house to me right there. This thing's cool. This is going to be for somebody that's got some criminal record, wants to hide out in the woods, probably smoking crack on the weekends. Who knows what they're doing? Maybe they just want to get out of the city. This could be a COVID retreat house. I kind of like this place. This is stuff I like. Like I like the landscaping setup right here because I can throw some trees up. This place is this is called deferred maintenance. Completely ignored. You never know what somebody wants to do in this house. Maybe this is going to be an e-commerce house. They got a little dog park on the side. The fence was blown out. Look at this, man. This is nothing but opportunity. What do you guys see? Y'all see problems? I see opportunity. Oh man, the bank's going to hate this deal. They're going to be like, man, you got problems. You got issues here. But I'm interested in this thing. Hey, what could I do? Nobody else is going to buy this thing. They want 100 grand. Watch what I could do with this deal. For you flippers out there, flippers and trippers, you're trying to get your bankroll. Let's say I buy this thing for $60,000 and I spend 20 grand on it. Now, you know how much I can do for 20 grand? New bathrooms, new kitchens, new grills, new appliances, barbecue pit in the outground. I could pour a big concrete slab in the background. I might be able to put a little drop-in pool back there, okay? Put a little side pool, put a little jacuzzi in there, build up a big deck. For 20 grand, I could build a deck in the back. I could do a completely new interior, new roof, new paint. Okay, I could put a damn fence. People love fences, especially Republicans. Give a Republican a fence and they happy. A fence and a place to barbecue. We in the woods so they can bring their guns. I'm just saying, man, give people what they want, okay? Now, let's say I do a good job on this joint. I got $80,000 invested in it. I'm going to go to the bank. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to tell the bank, oh, my lights just went out. Hey man, I got 80 grand in this deal. Maybe you and a buddy each put 10,000 in. Lights went out in here. But the light looks good actually, Johnny, without those lights on, okay? So I got to go to the bank and I'm going to be like, hey, I'm going to put $4,000 down. I need to finance 76,000 bucks. Let's see what the note's going to be. Now I'm just giving you two different examples. The first example was you only needed 2,100. This time you need 20 grand and you're going to go to the bank. And you're going to go to the bank and say, I got 20 grand in this deal, okay? I rehabbed it. Maybe you and a buddy each put 10,000 up. Oh, you had to buy it, right? Okay, maybe you went to the bank and said, look, I'm going to buy this deal. It's 60,000. I need to put 20 in it, okay? It's going to take me 60 days to fix it, and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to live in it. Between now and the 60 days, you're going to probably have somebody come to you and say, hey, I want to rent the place from you. And because you made the place so cute, so freaking awesome, they're going to be like, let me just go in the neighborhood. I get all excited now. Let's see what else is in the neighborhood. Where's this B stack? See that green button right there? That's where that thing is. Let's see, where was it? Come back to me. See that? See, it's right there. There it is. You got houses in this neighborhood that are $120,000. 130, 136, 275, 263. If I'm in the right neighborhood right now, let me just go back down here. Let me go back down here. Where are we at? 100,000, 185. You guys see this right here? This is my neighborhood right here. I got 125 in the neighborhood, 179 in the neighborhood, 240, 185 across the street, 190, 270. Let's say I scored this deal $80,000 all in. I went to Johnny, said, Johnny, you give me 10. Nate, you give me 10. I get 10 from my boys over there in the video room. And I'm like, I'm going to go do all the work because I know what I'm doing. I'm going to go to Home Depot this weekend and get a bunch of paint, shrubs. I'm going to get some buddies out there. We're going to go sand this place. Maybe everybody does the work and they become partners. Maybe what we do is I get two guys that have 10,000 and the third group, hey man, we're going to split this, chop this bad boy up. We're going to have thirds. You 1/3, you 1/3, and we're going to do the work. And three of us are going to go Saturday and Sunday for the next 4 weeks and fix this place. One guy's going to do the interior. One guy's going to do the exterior. One guy's going to put a fence up and we're going to all chop up the profits. Let's just say I could pull this off, okay? And then I'm going to get a tenant, okay? I know I can borrow $76,000 on this. $76,000 on my mortgage calculator. $76,000 gives me a payment of $331 a month. Do you think somebody's going to pay me at least $331 to pay a month? $331. That's the mortgage. That's just the mortgage. Okay. Let's add $300 for insurance. Let's add $100 for taxes. I'm at $700 a month. Is somebody going to pay $700 a month for newly painted, new appliances, new floors, new walls, new fence, barbecue pit, some cool shit outside? Put some damn swings out in the trees in the back. Put some targets up in the trees for the Republicans, okay? Y'all can go out there and shoot, man. We out in the country now, man. People want to get outside, right? So watch. I'm paying $700 a month. What's somebody going to pay for this place if it's special? $1,000? What do y'all think, guys?
I mean, for a place like that, already done up like 1,800.
Dude, what if we could do this deal? What if we could put a tenant in this deal? Remember what we got in it. Let's say that we stole the deal. Somebody's going to steal it. Nobody wants this thing. And let's say somebody pays us $1,500 a month times $1,500 times 12. That's $18,000 a year. I'm just iffing, okay? And I go to the bank and say, hey, man, I got a tenant on this deal. And I want to get a loan on it. I need. How much do I need to put down? They're like, oh, you got to put 10% down or 20% down. I'm going to show you a different situation. I wouldn't buy it like this. The way I would buy it is I would buy it that I'm going to live in it. I'd go fix it up and get the loan on it with 5% down. 5% down is $4,000 down, and I'm going to finance $76,000. I'm going to tell the bank, look, I want to pay this loan off in the next 3 to 5 years. Oh, why you want to pay it off so quick? Because that's what I want to do. But I want a 30-year mortgage, but I want the right to be able to pay it off in the next 2 to 3 years. Now watch what I'm going to do. $76,000. Yeah, there it is. My payments are going to be $331 a month, plus $100 for property tax, another $100 for, I don't know, just throw in something, $531. But I'm making $1,500 a month. So $18,000 a year less $6,000 a year equals, what is that, 6,000? Yeah, 6,000. Let's put 7,000. I'm making 11. $11,000 a year. So I'm going to close the deal. I'm going to act like I'm going to own it because I want to own it because I'm so excited. And then some guy's going to come along and say, dude, I'll rent that place for $1,500. I'll be like, yeah, it sounds like a good deal. Let's do that. Then I'm going to call the bank and say, I got a guy that wants to rent from me rather than me living there. You cool? And they're going to be like, we cool, dude. Just make the paymentos. I just rented my house where I lived down the street. I was going to sell my condo and I rented it. The guy paid me 12 months of rent in advance. He's like, here's the check. I don't want to pay you every month. Here, bang. It was a big check. What do you think my rent is on my little place, my little condo? Who can guess what I rented my number 33, unit 33 at Regalia, entire floor, 5,500 square feet for in Miami with 360-degree views from Fort Lauderdale to Miami all the way to the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean? What do you think I got, Johnny? Johnny, do you know? Don't say if you know.
I don't know, but I'm going to guess.
Don't guess. Let everybody else guess. What do you think I got? Unit number 33. You can find it on the internet. 19575 Collins Avenue, Sunny Isles, called the Regalia condo. What do you think somebody paid me for that? Because I'm going to tell you, it was more than I thought anybody would pay. And thank you, by the way, for doing that, because I was going to sell the place. And then all of a sudden, man, the income from it got so good, I'm like, I don't want to sell it, I want to keep it. See, you have the right to do that when you buy real estate. I'm just showing you simply how to analyze a real estate deal. Remember the 1% rule, okay? If you buy something for $80,000 and you can rent it for 1%, $800 a month, that's 1%, that is a no-brainer deal. That deal is going to work. If you can rent for 1% of what your price is, you got a good deal. Now, I buy stuff. Can you show them that deal I'm buying right now? For probably half of 1% of the 1% rule. But I know we're going to make a fortune on this deal. Man, that's a long video, Johnny. Man, I don't want to see them. That's it. It's just still shot right there, Johnny. 456 units. Let's go ahead and steal it. Johnny, can you freeze it? 456 units. AAA location. This is the single best location in South Florida, without a doubt. Unquestionably, undeniable, nobody would argue with me. The quality of the asset is freaking crazy. 456 units. You can literally kayak up to the property. You can grab a kayak from the building, grab a snack from the grocery store, and get on a kayak and go to the Atlantic Ocean. You can take your kayak, get out, park at the apartment building, and walk 1 block and be at 35 different restaurants. It's called 10X Las Olas Walk. The single best asset I've ever bought in my entire career. Go ahead, Johnny. Come back to me. Okay? I think we got 130,000 people driving in front of the property every single day. I'll close on that here in the next 30 days. So that deal is probably 0.5% because my rents there are $22.50, and they'll go up. $22.50. Yeah. Well, it's half of it because I'm paying. Yeah, half of my rent goes to the price of the property. 1%. The 1% rule says if $800 is the rent that you can get, and you're paying $80,000, go for it. As long as you know the location. Let's talk to some of our callers. I'm analyzing a deal today, a simple deal for our investors. This is a way to analyze your first deal. Call me up with your first deal, 305-865-8668. What we got, Johnny? We do this with our investors in our club every Wednesday, by the way, 12 times a year.
All right, so we have Nicole from Louisiana.
Hey, Nicole, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Can you raise it, Johnny? I can't. Do you have a deal, Nicole, or do you have a question?
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay. I have companies. I'm a nurse practitioner and I own rural health clinic. My CPA has had me put money into simple IRAs, basically tax deferment. My husband's employee has a 401k. We have a good bit of money sitting in those accounts, and I was wondering, is there a way, I know you're not a CPA, but is there a way to transfer those money into real estate? Or
Yes.
could we start using that, instead of doing a simple IRA or 401k, could we use that money and start putting into real estate? Because I feel like there's a much better return on our money. We do have a couple of single-family homes that we are currently renting out by the bedroom in Louisiana. And just wondering if you've had any experience doing that.
So Nicole, is that a self-directed IRA, or are you working for a company and they control the IRA?
I have my own company, so it's self-directed.
Yeah. So if you have a self-directed IRA, how much money's in your IRA?
About $315,000.
So about 25% of the people that invest with us, the monies that come into Cardone Capital is from self-directed, exactly the way you're set up. Where what happens is, who are you with? What group are you with?
American Funds.
Yeah. So what you would do is you would send a letter to the America Funds. It would get transferred. You would basically say, I want to transfer my IRA account to Providence. I think Providence Trust Fund is a group that we use. The 315 will get moved over to Providence, and then you would tell Providence, I want to invest in Cardone Capital. And that's exactly how you could do it with us. Or you could take that money self-direct into a Providence-like trust. Providence-like trust would then give you the wherewithal to invest in any deal that you as a self-directed member of your IRA and controlling member of your IRA would then direct that money. Now, the reason why you guys with IRAs want to do this, and the reason Nicole's asking it, and she said, I think I can get a better return from an investment in real estate than I can an IRA. This is what she would do. $315,000 would buy $1,200,000 worth of real estate. She would immediately get a 4x lift off of her retirement account. She cannot do that in stocks. You cannot do that in the stock market, paper stocks, Bitcoin, bonds. She can't invest like this. $315,000. What city in Louisiana are you in, Nicole?
Currently, I'm in Crowley. It's between Lafayette and Lake Charles.
Yeah. So, not a great renter's market, even though you're probably having a lot of success there. See, what you really want, everybody, when you're analyzing your real estate market, is what you want is positive job growth, okay? You want jobs around you. You want some reason people want to go there and rent. And let me just, what city are you in?
Crowley, Crowley.
Yeah, okay, I know where Crowley is. So if you go to Crowley, you know, you're just not going to see a lot of attention for Crowley. I'm not saying it's not a great place, but
No, it's definitely not a place that I'm trying to find single-family homes or even a multi-family home.
yeah, people aren't leaving New
but-
York and going to Crowley, right?
Exactly.
So here, 2, 4, 6. I mean, there's no homes for sale there either. So here's a house right here for $60,000 in Crowley. Now, she needs $1 million. She needs $1 million, not $69,000. So she's going to take and transfer her entire $315,000. What I would do if I were you guys, okay, I would find somebody like me that's doing these big deals so that your transaction produces a multiplier for your money. This money is going down in value. I know you know that.
Right.
40% of those dollars were not in circulation a year ago of the US dollars. They did not have the competition of 40% of the new babies that were born. So that devalues the dollar. You guys are getting chomped up over there. Paper assets, ETFs, mutual funds, these things that you're probably invested in right now, or are you just sitting in cash?
It's just sitting in cash.
Yes, because you're scared of the stock market, and I don't blame you. I would be too. There's about $7 trillion sitting in a retirement accounts and cash accounts right now, just sitting there doing nothing but dying. So what I would do is I would take the $315, invest it over here. Like that deal I'm showing you right now, that deal will probably earn, I can't promise this, the deal that I just showed you would probably earn $18,900 a year. That money then, Nicole, would go back into your retirement account as cash. How old are you guys?
47.
Yeah, 47. So you would get a deposit back into that retirement account, but your capital is protected, your retirement account is protected, and you're going to take advantage of the real property going up in value doing an inflative state.
Kind of holding this back is I've been listening to all the podcasts and everything, and you're trying to find areas that are appreciating value.
Yeah.
Places that cash flow, places that are growing. And in Louisiana, there's not a whole bunch of that.
No, you just don't have it there.
Out of state.
Yeah. You got problems in Louisiana, right? Like you know, I grew up there, so I'm not beating it up. So the markets you could be looking at right now, Dallas, that are close to you, Dallas, Nashville, the Gulf Coast, the Alabama's got a bunch of job growth that's right around you, just north of you, northeast of you. Florida is on fire. It is the #1 apartment market in the country today, bar none. There's nothing better. Like I wasn't saying this 3 months ago. I'm telling you guys right now, I'm talking to people every day. I'm talking to the lenders. They want to be in Florida, Orlando, Tampa, South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Naples, Florida, Sarasota, Fort Myers. The entire state of Florida is on fire. So if we can help you and your husband, what's your husband's name, Nicole? Okay. Make sure we got her number. Johnny, I don't know if there's a way to get it, but Nicole, I would love to have you guys as investors. This deal I'm doing right now in Fort Lauderdale, this thing is a beast. This thing is just, can you show this, Johnny? It's got the largest pool deck in all of South Florida. AAA location, AAA amenities. The tenant here only pays 16% of their income in rent. Now, this is a very important indicator when you're analyzing a good deal. What's a good deal? When you analyze the deal, you can't just analyze the property. You got to analyze the rent to income ratio. About half of America has over a 50% rent to income ratio. Here in Florida, you got some people paying 70% of their income is paid in rent. So that's a problem, right? At this property, 16%, 15.9 of the person's income, the rents are $2,500 divided, if I divide by 16%, their income is $156,000. I know people in Miami, they're making $80,000 a year and they're paying $48,000 in rent. So if you divide 48,000 by 80,000, they're paying 60%. These people are paying 16%. That's a very, very important indicator when you're investing in real estate. So the things you want to look at: gross rent multiplier. You want to look at cash flow on a deal. You want to look at the NOI on a deal. Remember our little deal that we did? Go ahead and get me my next caller, Johnny. Remember my NOI on the deal? This deal right here, the 80,000. No, this deal right here. The $18,000 of free cash flow less my expenses to buy the deal. My NOI right here on this $1,500 a month. $1,500 times 12. 1,500 times 12 is 18,000. I'm probably going to pay maybe 5,000, 6,000. Let's say $6,000 a year in expenses to operate this deal. This is 18,000. That's what's called the NOI. The NOI tells you what this property's value is worth in the future. So if this was an 8 cap, 12,000 divided by an 8 cap, I'm just making that up, means this property's worth $150,000 today. Meaning if somebody wanted an 8% on return on their money, they could pay you $150,000. What did we pay for this deal? 60 plus 20, 80, we made 70 grand on that deal. Okay, my NOI on my portfolio by the end of this year will be $144 million. That's the NOI on the deal. Okay, what is that? That is the gross rent less the expenses equals NOI. So when I'm buying real estate, I'm looking to grow my NOI because the NOI determines the value of the property. If you take the NOI and divide it by the cap rate, I'm getting a little complicated now. I'm losing some of you, right? You're like, wham! Just go back to the first deal I did. It's the same deal I did when I was doing a deal. I did a deal for $75,000 and I put $3,500 down. But over time, you're going to start wanting to grow this business because this business is something you can buy, go to sleep, wake up tomorrow, next month, and get a check. As long as the property stays full, as long as it's in a good location, you're cool. Take care of the tenant, take care of the property, take care of the lender. If you divide that number by whatever cap rate you want, whatever you think my properties are worth, I'm buying the single best properties that you can purchase in the United States of America. Best locations, best properties, best debt, best loans, best tenants, best everything. And some people say, yeah, you're just buying the good stuff. Exactly. Because that's what all the other super wealthy trillion-dollar companies are doing. Let's talk to our next caller.
We got Nuhu in Hawaii.
Oh, man, and that is a crazy real estate market. Nuhu, what's going on?
What's up, Uncle G? Thank you so much for taking my call. Appreciate it.
Maloha.
Aloha. All right, so I have a question.
Molokini.
Molokini, yep. You can swim there from here.
Tell me about your deal, man.
All right, so I have a deal. It's a great location. I absolutely love the location. It is 2319 Alawai Boulevard, Alawai Boulevard.
Okay. What's the address?
2319 Alawai Boulevard,
A-L-A Alawai Boulevard. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, man, I got to come to Hawaii. I love that place. Everybody loves Hawaii.
Now we love you here in Hawaii.
Yeah, I need to know that, man. This is on the south side?
Yeah, this is on the south side. This is in Waikiki.
Okay. So what am I looking at here? I'm looking at a 1-unit deal.
It's a 21 unit.
Oh, okay. It's 21 units.
Is it
21
2319?
Yeah. 2319 Ala
Boulevard.
Waya Boulevard.
It's on. It should be on LoopNet. The listing is on LoopNet.
Okay, yeah, I see it now. I see it. I got it. It's a little building, 2-unit, two
Yeah.
multifamily buildings containing 21 apartments, 10 parking stalls. Okay, what's the price on this little beast?
This thing is $8 million with a 2.88 cap rate.
Okay, so let's go ahead and analyze this deal. Okay, we got an 8 million, 21 unit deal, $8 million bucks. So I'm going to start analyzing the things that are important to me. First of all, I'm going to analyze the property per unit price. What's a home cost in that neighborhood?
Well, a lot of them are apartments, so there's no single-family homes in that Waikiki area.
Yeah.
You would need to go outside of it. So,
Okay. So
mean-
this is this I own the property? Do I own the land underneath it, or just the building?
yeah, this is a fee simple.
Fee simple. Okay. So look, when I asked him, hey, what is the cost to buy a house there? He said, oh, you can't buy a house there. Everything's partnerships and it's all land leases. You don't own property in Hawaii.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I remember I went to Hawaii when I was 10 years old. My dad died. My mom took us to Hawaii. Man, I fell in love with this bartender. She was so hot. I was 10. It was that Davy Club. What's that little? It's underneath the Hilton, I think. You go downstairs.
Hilton.
What's it called?
I don't know. I'm not too sure.
Okay. All right. So let me get back to this. What's the rent going to be at this deal?
The average rents are about 1,600. It's actually a mix.
Wow, dude,
Yeah,
that's
there's-
cheap, right?
I'm sorry?
That's cheap. It seems cheap to me. I'm on the water. Look at this.
Yeah.
How can these only be $1,600? Why aren't these $4,000?
They're on the opposite side of Waikiki Beach. So that water right there,
Yeah.
probably wouldn't want to swim in it.
That water.
But you
What?
can walk to Waikiki Beach in like 5 minutes.
So what, dude?
He said you probably don't want to swim in that water.
Yeah, so you're right. I think rents are grossly undervalued.
Yeah. What are the rents on the beach? I mean, you just can't buy a home on the beach. There's no way, right?
Yeah, I mean, unless you want to buy a whole Hilton or Starwood hotel, I mean, you can't live on
Yeah.
Waikiki Beach.
Yeah. So I don't understand why the rents would be $1,600 here, though. It just doesn't meet. Have you checked? Have you called and said, what are the rents?
No, I haven't. But on their on the LoopNet listing, it's a mix. It's a mix of studios and 2 bedrooms and 1 bedrooms, and the average from what they're giving is about 1,600.
Okay, so I'll just go with your numbers. I don't think it works at 1,500, but 1,500 times 21 units equals 1,500 times 21. 1,500 times 21 times 12 equals $378,000 a year in gross income if you keep them full.
Right.
Your taxes, I don't know how expensive taxes are over there, but I expect they're crazy. This says this is a
Yeah, they're high.
2.88 cap, so 2.888 times $8 million says the property is going to make, the NOI on the property is $230,000. That's the NOI, okay? So it's saying this is the 230 is the NOI. I can just put this right here, not here. That means my expenses are right here, okay? So this is my gross rent. This is my NOI. This is a really important number to know, NOI, okay? Now, you're going to get a loan on this. What are you going to finance on this deal, you think?
Maybe 6.
Yeah, maybe $6 million. Let's say $6 million times 0.0325. That's the interest rate. So that's $195,000 in debt. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work, man. The bank's going to say, no, bro, we need 50% down on this deal. They're going to probably
Right. That's what I'm thinking. And most places in Hawaii are like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of cash flow opportunities here. It's mostly people are banking on appreciation.
Yeah,
So-
I understand, but the bank's still going to penalize you. So they're going to be like,
Right.
Yeah, $4 million. $4 million is going to cost you $4 million. I like this deal, though. I got to tell you, man.
I love the deal.
I
There's
would.
a Whole Foods 2 minutes away from there.
I'm telling you, like
It's
these rents should be
I
$3
love
grand.
this place.
Let's go to Hawaii, Johnny. Times. What are you in my real estate club?
Let me know when you guys come to Hawaii.
Hey, are you in my real estate club?
I'm not.
Dude,
I'm
you
not
ought to
in
get
the
in my real
club.
estate club, bro. This is where we do our deals, man. So every
Gotcha.
Wednesday, for all of you out there, every Wednesday we meet on a Zoom call 50 times a year. Plus, I do 3 events every year that are live. Our next event is when, Johnny?
It's at the end of the year.
December 14th. 3 days in Miami, and then we do 2 more each year. So our club, to join the club, is grantcardone.com/club. grantcardone.com/club. Okay, back to the deal. So if you finance $4 million here, if you have that, 4 million times 0.0, I'm going to get an interest-only loan here, probably at 3%. My debt's going to be $120,000, and you're going to make $110,000 on a $4 million down payment. If the rents don't change, this is completely considering the rents as they are. 110,000
Right.
divided by 4 million. I should be able to do this by. So you're going to earn 2.75%. And you're like, man, that's not a good deal. But if I can change the rents, watch. I take 21 units. What do you think you have to do there to change to raise the rents?
You could probably do a lot to change the rents. It could go through a makeover.
Yeah. So 21, if I could change the rents $1,000, I go from 1,600 to 2,600.
Right.
Those rents are 2,600 here. We're not Hawaii. We're Miami. I mean, Hawaii is Hawaii, right? So 2,600 times 12 times my gross income went up. My gross income went to $652,000, doubled. So I end up with $250,000 more NOI down here. So now I got 360 of cash flow, 360 divided by the same 4 million. Watch what just happened. I just took it to a 9% return, and I own property in Hawaii. You should join my club, bro. I bet you we could raise that money there. I can't promise you we could. But
Okay.
the only people that are buying Hawaii are the people that live in Hawaii. I can't buy Hawaii from Miami without having somebody on the ground there. How do you
Right,
say
yeah,
F you in Hawaiian, man? How do you say F you in Hawaii?
I don't know if there's a way to say it.
Yeah, there is.
We're pretty happy people, so I mean,
Okay.
don't throw around the word too often.
How do you say I love you in Hawaiian?
Aloha, like aloha, what you hear in aloha, Val Yahweh.
Can you turn them on? That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say to you. And if you don't do this deal, figure this deal out and raise those rents, okay?
Gotcha. Thank you.
I don't know how to say
appreciate
that,
it.
but
Fuck you. Fuck you.
I'm such a child. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Or you could say this.
Love you. Love you.
Same thing. It's the same exact, by the way, it's the same exact saying. Okay. Let's talk to our next caller. We're analyzing deals for beginners. Folks, this is not complicated. Don't overcomplicate the deal. Okay. You find a place for $120,000 and you want to buy it, and you know the rents are going to be $1,200 a month, that's the 1% rule. You ought to really figure out how to buy that deal because you're probably going to make 8, 10, 12% on your money. If you could improve it, you could make 12, 15% on your money.
All right, we got Dev in Houston.
Deb, how
Hey,
you
Grant.
doing?
It's great talking to you, man.
Good talking to you. Is it Deb?
Yes, sir.
We need more
Deb.
women callers, by the way. Women are great investors.
Quick question for you, sir. I wanted you to analyze a deal in Houston, Texas.
Let's go.
This is 735 West, Caval.
735,
CAVE.
hang on, 735 West.
Yes. Cavalcade. That's Cavalcade.
Going too fast, man. K-A-L, K-A.
No, it's Cavalcad.
Oh, yeah. Caballero?
No, Cavagal.
G, C-A-B.
No, Cavalcad.
735 West Cavalcade?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why didn't you just say that? Why
Street.
didn't you just say that from the get-go, man? Why you got to make it so hard on me? Okay. This is a multifamily deal,
Yes, sir. 24 units.
24 units, 2-story. What's the location like?
It's beautiful, man. It's about 8 minutes from the Heights that you just bought, the 10X Living.
Yep. Oh, this is Greater Heights, huh?
Built in 1970.
Right? Everybody wants to be in the
The
Heights.
rents are currently around $850.
Okay. So we got how many units here?
This is 24 units.
Okay, so 24 units at $850 a month.
Yes, sir.
At $850 a month. So let's do our gross rent. Our gross rent on this is going to be 24 times 850. 24 times 850 times 850 times 12 is $40,800. Do you know how occupied they are right now?
Yes, sir. At 100% is what they say.
Good. So we're going to use 95%, $38,760. Okay. You're going to have expenses on this property at least 40%. Trust me, at least 40%. But you're going to manage this yourself, I would expect, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're going to take 38,760 times 0.40. And that's going to be $15,500. So you have a little money to pay yourself for management, and you're going to have $23,200 in NOI. The NOI is what your bank is going to determine how much money they can lend you on this deal. They want how much for the property?
So it's actually unpriced right now, but the current NOI that they have is $78,000.
Oh, okay. So I did something wrong. So you have how many units?
It's 24 units times $850 times 12 is $244,000.
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. $245,000 in gross. I dropped a zero. 245 times 0.40 is, well, let me take off 5% for this. I'm going to take $10,000 off for vacancy, and I'm going to take another $98,000 off for expenses. What NOI did they show you?
NOI. Oh yeah, $78,000.
Oh, really? They showed $78,000 in NOI?
Yes, sir.
Huh. 245 times 0.40.
I believe it's because of the taxes. The
that's
taxes
expenses.
are over $50,000.
Yeah, they got $50,000 for taxes, huh?
Yes, sir. 2.24%.
Yeah, it won't be that high. That's not true. That's wrong. I don't know who figured that in there, but there'll be maybe 90% of that. Harris County is a bitch, though. Brent, let's see here. You like this location, huh?
I really do, and I'm trying to work out on a deal that I can bring in investors where I can pay them a 10% for their money.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, they're saying the rents are $840, $713. How far is it from my property? You know?
Yeah, I do. I searched this up. It's about 8 minutes away.
Okay. So let me just see here. 245 times 0.95, $232,000 a year. Okay, that's right, 232 a year times, let's go 50%. I still got $116,000 of NOI. I don't know how they're bashing this NOI so hard. I don't believe that. I believe that they're stealing from the property. That's what I believe. I believe the management company is stealing 40 grand. There's probably a guy that owns the property. He does not want to show income from the property. So he basically pays a bunch of people that live with him fees so he could pay his kid a management fee of 40 grand a year and not pay income on it. Because this thing should.
Yeah, understood.
You see what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I do. Do you mind taking a look at the location and just overall just seeing what would you?
Well, I don't like the schools. I don't like
the.
Yeah, I don't like the schools. I don't like. There's a lot of parking lot on this thing. There's a lot of stuff that you can't fix on this without spending a lot of money. So let me just look at the location. We do this show every Monday, by the way, folks. If you have a deal, you want to call me with your deal. And if you like this kind of stuff, make sure you subscribe to the channel and comment. We do this in real time. I do no preparation on it. People call in, tell me about their deal. So he's asking me about the location of this property. So Lincoln Heights, is this the Heights proper? I don't think so. I don't think this is the proper.
This is the Greater Heights.
This is what?
The Greater Heights?
The Greater Heights. Let me ask my guy. Let me ask my guy real quick. This is the value of being in a club, too. Let's see. How many callers you got left, Johnny?
We got 4 callers left.
God dang.
Actually, we got 3 callers, I'm sorry.
Okay. Let me ask this guy if he knows where this is. And then I want to go to directions. What's the name of the property I just bought over there?
10X Living.
Yeah, you're right in it, bro. You're right in it. I mean, you're off to the edges here.
Yep.
You got the collection and waterworks.
Let me see. Waterworks.
What? And then also, could you let me know what offer you'd put in for this deal?
Yeah. So, I mean, look, based on this NOI that I'm seeing, they're showing 78,000 as an NOI divided by 0.07. I mean, you know, once you offer them, you have no idea what they want, huh?
I can tell you that last year it was assessed at tax value of $2 million.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna use my NOI 116 divided by 0.06. You know, yeah, it's worth $2 million all day. 2 million divided by 24 units.
Yes, sir.
All day long, bro. That's 80,000 a unit. If you can buy that for 80,000 a unit, I'll find 5 people that buy the whole thing with you.
What price? No. So what price would you say is a fair offer if it's at 2.5 million or wherever? Because this was last year, right?
Yeah,
With the,
I mean,
current growth that we have, it's obviously going to be like 2.4, 2.5.
How much are the rents?
Right now they're $850, and they're saying that there's definitely a $400 ad right there.
Yeah, I believe that. You know, you could offer 2.4 million easily. You're going to put $600,000 down. The way this deal is going to work, 2.4 million. You're going to put $600,000 down. I mean, there's no property. The market he's in, there's just no property. If you want to live in the Heights, there's no place to go there. Outside of that, you're going back to Houston. So you're going to finance $1.8 million. You're going to get a good Fannie Mae loan on this, $1.8 million times 0.035. You're going to pay $63,000 a year in debt, interest only for probably 3 years, and you're going to basically get $50,000 cash flow. It's an 8 or 9% return on your investment without you spending any money on the property. Okay, let's talk to our next caller. That's what I would do. But all of you out there that are trying to find deals, you're finding deals in your local market and you're not sure where to get the debt, not sure where to get the down payment, dude, join my club, grantcardone.com/club. Get to be part of the club. You're getting around investors and guys that are lending money on deals. Every week we meet, 3 times a year we meet in person. Every week we meet on a Zoom call to discuss your deals. 3 times a year we meet in person in Miami. Our next conference, by the way, it's included when you sign up, grantcardone.com/club.
December 13th through the 15th.
December 13th, 14th, and 15th in Miami, and you come VIP. I think that's right. So, and you get the calls every week. So don't miss that. Like if you're trying to buy deals and you're like, I want to do this, but I don't have the money, don't have the debt. There's people on these calls that have the money and have the debt. Trust me, that's what they're coming to the calls for. I share my deals sometimes, but most of the time they're sharing all their deals. Okay, next caller.
All right, we got Ariel from Israel.
Ariel from the Israel. Man, I want to come to Israel so bad, Ariel.
Yeah, it's crazy here. The weather right now, it's crazy.
Beautiful, huh?
Yeah, how are you doing?
Good, brother. Good. I got a lot of friends over there.
Yeah, it's crazy, especially right now. The question that I have for you is because the regulations lately, many regulations that the banks and it's very hard to finance a deal, even if you have properties and even if you have everything. It's really crazy to finance a deal here, and I don't know if there is kind of tricks that you can make, or maybe the best solution is to go to the United States,
yes.
to invest in the United States.
1,000%. The best solution is for your money to come to the United States of America. This will always continue until something disastrous happens. I mean, I'm looking at your map right now, okay? You got Lebanon north of you, Damascus, Jordan, Cairo around you. I mean, this is the gateway of the universe. And with that gateway,
yeah.
You see where you guys, where you're located. There's a reason why you got all that port right there is what they want. And
yeah, I mean,
let me just bring you to another little place on the planet, okay? Here's a place all the way over here. Ain't nobody fucking with us.
Yeah.
Okay, the Mexicans tried and the Canadians can't even get it up. Look where we're at, guys.
Crazy.
Look where we're at. I mean, the biggest threat we got is Cuba. That looks like a little sardine down there.
And now with all the COVID-19 and all that stuff, of course, they're going to increase the regulations, and they will not. They are starting to lock the banks, especially because of the international debt.
Look at this.
I think that it's related to it.
A lot of us in America don't understand why there's so much turmoil over there. If you guys just look at this map, you'll understand why. All these little tiny countries, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I only went out 2 inches. Okay, let me bring you back over here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and we control the guys to the north of us and the guys to the south of us. That's why this will always be the best game in the world. You know.
So is there any plan?
70%, maybe 80% of the time when I borrow money for my real estate deal, guess who's giving me that money? Jay-Z talks about it on the Blueprint album. Why do Jews own all the property? They do.
So basically,
I get most of my debt comes from Jewish companies, Jewish-based companies. So congratulations, man. You guys know the money game. So what's your question?
So basically, I wanted to know: is there any kind of a plan that we can put the money on? I'll tell you what. We mostly do marketing and I remember you. I watch your videos a lot from the sales. I learned a lot from you.
Yeah.
and now we want to do something with the money. Now, real estate is not in the equation because of it's in the peak. You see the NASDAQ composite and everything is going to crash somehow.
Yeah.
I'm sure that soon it's going to crash. And the question is if it's going to happen also in the real estate market. Because, the interest rates and everything, it's not sure right now.
Yeah, let me explain to you why the real estate I'm buying will not crash. This should be a little blurb. We should just cut this space, okay? Let me tell you why real estate will not crash. Okay, number one, the real estate I'm buying will not crash. Houses will crash. Single family homes could crash. I don't think they will. They could. What I'm buying cannot crash. Number one, it provides cash flow at a time where nothing provides cash flow. General Motors, Tesla, Apple. Apple's dividend is 0.04%. They're paying 0.4% as a dividend. That means I got to invest in it. If I'm 75 years old, I got to invest in Apple, cross my fingers. Facebook doesn't pay a dividend. If it does, it pays a little tiny dividend, right? All the big companies, the General Motors and the Fords and the AT&T, I think AT&T pays a 6% dividend. That's a big deal, man, with very little opportunity for any positive. Our average deal pays 4, 6, 8%, okay? Plus I get the appreciation from these properties, and I get the depreciation of these properties, and I get the reduction of my principal pay down, okay? Now, if inflation hits, like you guys are probably concerned about, what if inflation hits? If inflation hits these single family homes, then this home that was 300 grand now goes to 400 grand, and it gets out of reach for the average home buyer, which pushes more people to rental property. And this is, I'm showing on my screen, this is the comment I was making about most of my money comes from Jewish groups. This is a group that gave me a loan for $105 million called the Meridian Group. Big shout out to Israel, David Cohen, and Mark, my friends over at Meridian Capital Group. You know, they're a bunch of Israeli guys that lend money on real estate deals. And they love South Florida as a real estate. They love it. They don't love New York so much or New Jersey because of all the turmoil there. So I would just tell you that if there was a cataclysm in the world, if inflation hits these real estate assets, interest rates go up, okay? If interest rates on a house, let's say the average home in America's 400 grand. I don't know if that's true or not. It's probably less than that. And the interest rate on that home today is 2.5%. And let's say that interest rate goes to 6%. Okay, that means that this guy's payment went up 2.5 times. His $600,000 payment went from $3,300 a month to $8,250 a month. You think he's going to change his mind about buying a house? I think he might. What's going to happen to my rent? My rent that was $2,600 is going to go to $5,000, and it's going to look like a deal. I go to sleep at night. Please, interest rates, please, bring it on. So it can't hurt me. It can't hurt me there. Okay. Let's say there's a North Korean, a COVID Delta, Wuhan, and the North Koreans get together and they're like, "Hey, we're going to go ahead and roll out." What's it called?
By the way, the COVID-19, they played a nice trick on everybody. I don't believe in this. I didn't take the vaccines and everything, but the one that planned that is a genius.
Yeah, I mean, you said it was a plan.
Everybody.
You said it was a plan. I didn't, because if I do, they're going to shut my channel down, okay? But if you guys, like, if any of you out there believe in any of the stuff that's going on out there, as a plan. See, Jewish people, they've been around long enough to be like, I'm kind of suspect of this.
Let's get back to the real estate.
Okay, you're like, hey man, don't shut my YouTube channel down, man. Why you got to bring that stuff up? but any of you out there, like Johnny's like, let's get back to the real estate. Event 201, like any of that stuff. You guys have ever studied any of that stuff before? You're like, People got to live someplace, man. We collected 98.5% of the 95% of the people that occupies our properties. 98.5% paid their rent through COVID. We had better collections through COVID than we had the year before COVID. So it's not true. Like, people got to live someplace, man. They drank a lot of water and bought a lot of toilet paper too. They rented a bunch of Netflix. You guys need to be invested in stuff that can't be destroyed. So I would just tell you guys over there, the best deal in the world, folks, is America. I don't care how many problems we got, how many bad presidents we have. This is the best. You look at a damn map, and America is still the best deal.
Yeah, I mean, also logically, when you look at the map, there is so much space there that even if you take an empty space and create something huge, you can make something. But here, like, we don't even have space. You know, we are starting to destroy houses and build them up.
Yeah.
In buildings.
So you're going to go vertical. Basically, you're going to tear stuff down there, and you're going to go vertical, right?
Doing here, the way they do that here, it's terrible. They do that like they destroy one place, and then they tell everybody, look, we need to evacuate everybody. We need to build another building.
Yeah.
And they do that in purpose.
Yeah, I'm with you. You know, look what they're doing. Look what they're doing in China. They overbuilt China so big. Look, did y'all see this video? I don't know if this is going to show here, but man, I hate watching ads on YouTube. We should start running ads on YouTube. I can make $2 or $3 million a year running ads on YouTube. You know, guys?
We already do.
We do? No, we don't. Johnny, that's a non-monetized channel, man.
No.
Look at this. Look at this video right here. This is they overbuilt China. Why can't you show this? Why can't they see this? Can you see this, Johnny?
Can you take it off the full screen?
Sure. Huh. Is it because it's video?
Probably.
Oh, that's a shame, man. Okay. So look, we do this every Monday, guys. Please come back to us every Monday. If you like this channel, if you got something out of the show today, my name's Grant Cardone. I've been buying real estate for 35 years. I was 28 years old when I bought my first deal. It was simple for me. Okay, the payments were $300 a month. The payments on the mortgage were $300 a month, and I could collect $500. I'm like, I'm making $200, dude. This is a gift. Some of you like $200 is nothing. It's something to me. 200 times 12 is 24, times 10 is 24,000. If I could keep that one piece of property for 10 years without rents ever going up. Basically, the way I analyzed my deal was my payments were $300, my rent was $500. Okay, this is my debt payment. This is the rent collected. I'm making $200 a month. Man, $200 for me, when I was making $3,000 a month, $200 a month extra was a lot of money to me. A lot of you don't appreciate $200. That's why you never get rich, because you don't appreciate anything. You're like, it's only $200. Okay, well, you're not going to get rich if you say it's just $200, because you're never going to get started. Times 12 months, 200 times 12 is $2,400 a year. That was $2,400, by the way, that I made every single year because I sat and signed some damn documents that said I owned something. I only put $3,000 down. I put $3,000 down as a down payment, and I earned $2,400. I'm like, this is stupid not to do. I earned 80% on my money in the first year. If I could do this for 10 years, I would have $24,000 worth of income. I put $3,000 down, which is 8 times my money. That's the simple way to figure out the real estate game. And that's one property. What if I do that 10 times? That's the way I always thought about it. If I do it one time, that's $24,000 a year, okay? Or $24,000 in 10 years without rent increases. If I can do it 10 times, it's $24,000 in 1 year times 10. Now I got $240,000, okay? More importantly, I was paid $250,000. My down payment was $3,000 times 10. Remember, I would do this 10 times. I put $30,000 over a few years, $30,000 to buy what? $800,000 worth of real estate. Okay, I ain't own $800,000 worth of real estate that would pay me $240,000 a year in income. And if I just keep doing this, 10 years, bang, 10 years goes by really fast. I go from being 28 to 38. I look up one day, I got $1 million worth of property, but more importantly, I got income coming in every year that I don't have to kill myself for. I'm trying to help you analyze real estate, okay? Look, there's risk in everything. There's more risk, however, in sitting on the sidelines than there is in getting in the game. You can't get in the game if you don't know what you're looking for. If you don't know the terminology, if you don't know what a good location is, if you don't know cash flow, don't know how to get a loan, don't know how to get the down payment, let somebody help you. I'm trying to help you here, okay? We do this show every Monday. Wednesday, we do a real estate club. If you want to be part of that club, that's a $75,000 club. I think it's on sale right now for a third off before the end of the year. GrantCardone.com/club. If you don't have any money right now and you don't want to be involved in the club and you can't make that kind of commitment right now and you can't buy your deal because you don't know what you're doing, go to GrantCardone.com/REI, GrantCardone.com/REI, and there's a 3-hour training where I'm going to go over all the terms, where to get started, what to look for, how to analyze, how to estimate, how to figure out what the debt's going to be, where to go to get the debt. I'll share everything with you over 3 hours. It's completely free, no strings attached, nothing to purchase. That's GrantCardone.com/REI. I am doing for you what I wish somebody would have done for me. If you know what you're doing, you can go do something. When you don't know and aren't sure, you won't move, and I don't blame you. So if you don't know and you're not sure, you're not going to make the move. Have somebody help you. Hold your hand if necessary. Clear the terminology with you. Show you exactly what the deal looks like. So if you go to GrantCardone.com/REI, I think that's the website, right, Johnny?
Yes, sir.
This is free, completely free, folks. Cost you nothing. Oops. REI, that's for real estate investment. 3-hour training. You register there. I send you the training. You watch it. We normally sell that. Tell you what I'm going to do, Johnny. Let's take that down. Wednesday, 72 hours to view it. Pay attention to it. Get on it right now. Use it for free. If you want to join my club, it's GrantCardone.com/club. This is for serious real estate investors. This is a $25,000 purchase. This is not cheap, but I'm going to connect you with people, 150 people every week. Meet with me, review they call in, we look at their deals, they explain the deal, they explain the location, they explain the debt, they tell us what their problems are. I can't get the debt, or I can't get the down payment, or I can get this much money. So we actually share amongst 150 investors and lenders the deals, the locations, and the opportunities. You get to pitch your deal there, basically, okay? 3 times a year, we meet in person. I'll be at every one of those meetings. Our next one's December 13th, 14th, and 15th. A seat at each one of those is included in that, and I'd love to have you involved. I'd love to get you involved in the real estate game. I'm only doing for you what I wished other people would do for me, is give me opportunities to get in the room where people are actually doing deals. So I know what a good deal looks like, because if you don't know what it looks like, you just don't know what it looks like, okay? Thanks today for being here. The YouTube channel is completely free. Subscribe. You'll always know when I'm coming live. I've done all kind of crazy stuff on YouTube to bring you guys entertainment. We interviewed people, everything from the COVID thing to, who did I have last week?
We had pro athletes.
Dude, professional athletes, rappers, ball players. Had Magic Johnson one week. Kevin O'Leary, like you name it, like I've done it on here. We've had Kevin Hart, Dana White, Floyd Mayweather, just a list of great, unbelievable, successful people. We'll continue to bring that kind of content to this channel. By the way, ad-free. You ain't got to watch no ads here. Okay, thank you for being here today. God bless you. Be great. Remember, man, you can't create wealth working. You can only create wealth investing. Got to learn how to invest your money so that it grows up and takes care of you.